Let's see what new movies coming out. Let's see. Jerusalem. It's like Jerusalem with zombies? Vampires? Nah, too stupid. Waterloo. Doesn't sound interesting. Regression. That Ethan Hawke and a Watson movie. Don't feel like watching it today. The Veil starring Jessica Alba and Thomas Jane. That's gonna be fun. Yeah, it's over. Have to review it. The Veil is a supernatural horror movie directed by Phil Joanou and starring Jessica Alba and Thomas freaking Jane. I first saw the trailer for this movie a couple of weeks ago and I was like, that looks like a shit movie and I really don't want to see it. But after a while I actually thought, yeah, you know what? This movie is coming out pretty soon and it stars Thomas Jane, which is a fantastically bad actor in my opinion. He's done some good roles like The Punisher, but other than that, most of his movies are pretty shit, and it's mostly because he makes terrible decisions in what to act in. And in this movie looks pretty promising, and I gotta say, this movie wasn't all that great. Nope. The story is set 25 years after a mass suicide in Heaven's Veil, this weird-ass cult community of people that kill themselves by poison. And then the sole survivor, this young girl named Sarah Hope, goes back to the Veil to find out what really happened, followed by a crew that wants to make a documentary about what happened there. And some weird things ensue, as they always do. When you make a horror movie, you must have interesting characters, relatively good acting, good cinematography, and especially good scares. And this movie had pretty much none of those. First of all, the story is really uninteresting. After about 40 minutes into the movie, there were only 2 scares and I wasn't giving a damn about any single character. They don't act bad, most of the actors just sleepwalk through it. And Jessica Alba is fine, she isn't really a good actress in my opinion, and in this movie she isn't all that spectacular as well, and she doesn't do much in the movie. It's more about Thomas Jane, because when they get to this house, when they get to this community, they start finding these videotapes and they start watching them, and then you see Thomas Jane back 25 years ago, and he's just chewing the scenery in every single scene. He's doing an accent that's just terrible, he's screaming, then he's just really calm, and he's all really, I am really smart, and we're gonna do all those things. It was probably the only really good thing about this movie, Thomas Jane, because other than that, I was bored out of my mind, and that really rarely happens to me in a movie. But goddamn, I was almost falling asleep, especially after 10 minutes of really nothing happening. The movie isn't really gory, it isn't really even that scary, it only has about 5 jump scares that are just pretty damn stupid. The story was uninteresting and the cinematography was really bad because first of all, it's inconsistent. It starts out as a found footage movie, then it's just a normal movie, then in some sequences they start shooting with real cameras inside the movie, but after a while it goes back to normal cameras and you're like, what is going on? They start watching these movies, these videotapes, and they start off with the camera that is in the movie, with the handheld camera or with the fixed camera angles. But then it just goes back into being a normal movie inside the videotape, which was kind of inconsistent, and I don't normally complain about these things, but it was done in a pretty bad way in this movie. And then it's all really not colorful. It's all black and gray, there is almost no saturation at all. And it lacks life, it's just a lifeless movie. And the only good thing that I can say is that it's about an hour and 27 minutes long in its entirety, excluding the credits. And I didn't give a damn about anything except for Thomas Jane. It was the only redeeming quality about this movie. And if you like horror movies, if you like supernatural thrillers, you might enjoy it only for Thomas Jane, because the rest of the plot is pretty horrible. The ending comes out of nowhere. The movie is entirely about one thing, and then the last 2-3 minutes of the movie change everything. It does an entire 180 on itself, if not even a 360. Just something completely different. I was like, oh, I guess that's an ending. And I really hope they don't make a sequel, because I don't want to see the sequel, because I don't give a damn. I really don't. So guys, this is my first review of a bad movie. I'm kind of excited. It's always been good movies, right up until now. But we need bad movies, just to remind ourselves how good movies are made. So guys, have you seen The Veil? Do you want to see it? Do you like Thomas Jane and Jessica Alba as actors? Tell me in the comments below. Thanks for watching, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.